Hey everybody, today I want to talk about something I found funny on my recent travels to New York, and it just kind of blew my mind. So the difference between people in Canada and people in the US. Here in Canada, you know at the airports you still need to wear a mask. So everywhere there's signs and you wear a mask, and everybody wears masks. I mean, even I had to wear a mask because I had to get one, and you wear a mask because the signs say you need to wear a mask. The law says you need to wear a mask. But in the US, when I flew back out of LaGuardia, you arrive there and they've got these big signs saying you still have to wear masks in the airport, and you still have to, you have to wear a mask, and they have announcements over the PA system going, please make sure you wear your mask. But you know how many people wore masks in LaGuardia? Well, no, not zero. All the people standing in line at the Air Canada gate to fly to Canada, they all had their masks on. All the other Americans are walking around without masks. People just don't care. They don't give a crap for the rule there, which is so weird. The difference between people in Canada and people in the US. Here in Canada, everybody follows the rules. There in the US, it seems everybody's just like, no, we're not doing that. Now, I'm not going to decide who's right or wrong. I'm like, no, actually I am. At the end of the day, the reason we moved to Canada is because we want to live in a country where people follow the rules. I mean, if you watched one of my previous videos, it was the main reason we moved from South Africa was because of crime and lawlessness. So, if the law says you got to wear a mask, you wear a mask. That's the right way. But apparently in America, it doesn't work like that, which was kind of funny. Anyway, on to another topic. I hear so much, it's weird. I hear two different sides of things. I speak to people. I was at a business lunch again today, and there's these like two different sides as far as employment goes, On the one hand, you've got the big tech companies that are letting people go, and it's like they're cutting workforces and doing stuff like that. And, the one girl that works with Belinda, she's still young, just out of varsity, and she's got a bunch of friends, and she's saying everywhere people are being laid off. But at the same time, in the service industry, everything is slow and service is worse because there's not enough staff. I mean, this whole flying to New York thing was exactly that. I mean, flights delayed. I read today some data company did a statistics over the past couple of weeks or month or whatever, and they reckon that 55% of all the flights in Canada, the domestic flights in Canada, are either delayed or cancelled, and it's all because of staff shortages. Apparently the problem came in during COVID, when air travel obviously flattened, and they didn't know what was going on. Nobody was traveling. They didn't have any revenues. So what they did is they put a whole lot of people on early retirement. A whole lot of their staff, the older people, went on early retirement and they left. And now that air travel's picking back up again, those people are obviously not coming back. They've taken packages, they're on early retirement, and now there's a void. There's a gap that needs to be filled, because normally every year some people would retire and some new people would come in. And that whole thing of retiring a whole bunch of people and nobody came in and they didn't do training, now is only starting to show itself. And that's where this staff shortages come through. But it's not only the airlines. I mean, I was speaking to people today. There's huge shortages in lots of industries, staff shortages. They need people. But then again, you hear about people getting retrenched and let go. Very, very strange time we're living in. Apparently the whole staff shortages at the airline, also, like I said, it's the early retirement, and it's mostly ground staff and, the people that need to do the work. When we were flying in, 2 of the 4 flights, they actually landed the plane and they parked at the gate, and they were like, hey, we just need to wait at the gate a little bit because the ground staff is not there yet or ready yet to bring us in. So funny, interesting, different time that we live in. It's going to be very interesting to see where things go as far as employment and inflation and all of that goes. I was reading an article yesterday that they're saying that property prices across large swaths of Canada has also started falling. properties are actually getting cheaper because obviously demand has diminished, especially apparently in the outlying areas. So the cities like Vancouver and Toronto and those, not so much, but more the suburbs, because what happened during the pandemic and last year, people moved out of the cities to the suburbs because they could work remotely. And now suddenly, you know, they can't work remotely. Companies are saying, hey, you need to come back, and you know, cities are safe again. So now people want to like try and move back to the cities, and these expensive places that they bought in the suburbs or in the small towns, they're now trying to get rid of, and there's no more demand. So they are actually kind of balancing the demand in the cities. But yeah, according to a lot of the news here and some of the realtors, it looks like there's going to be a correction in house prices in Canada. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Anyway, that's it for today. You all must have a good one. Cheers.